We was on the bottom, yeah. Now we headed to the top, new level. On my level, don't see anybody, I don't see them. This right here could never stop, this could never stop. Ay, this right here could never stop. Hold up, nah, nah. Ay, this right here could never stop. Hold up, nah, nah. Ay, this right here could never stop. Hold up, nah, nah. Ay, this right here could never stop. Hold up, nah, nah. One time, ay. I live on the job, right? Yeah, I'm always at work, right? Real people stay by me, right? Haters wanna do hurt, right? Know they tryna stop me, right? Drag my name through dirt, right? I don't feed into the hate, right? I just answer with a smirk, facts. I feel so.
Hey, what's going on, Charles? How you doing, brother? So we just finished going over with our brother Cedric, the image of Christ, because the image of Christ that we have today is a white image. So we're explaining why we have that white image. And one of the reasons is because we don't read out of the Bible. No. We don't read out of the Bible. It's the Moors book. The Moors book. There's a reason why we don't read out of the Bible. But I see something going on with you too, Sid. I mean, what's your name? Charles. Charles and Cedric. All right. So Charles, Mr. Charles, I see you got a cigarette in your
James.
pocket. I see you got a cigarette. Why do you smoke? No, the Moors. No, it's the Moors.
No, Phineas.
No else. You don't have an answer? You don't have an answer.
Not a legitimate.
Okay, so when did you start smoking? How old were you?
About
15. How old were you when you started smoking, Sid? How old were you when you started smoking? 20. He started at 15, you started at 20. Usually we smoke because we follow peer pressure.
Right.
We see other people doing it. We think it's cool. Especially back in the days. I grew up in the 80s. Every commercial, every movie, somebody was smoking a cigarette. Everybody in the hood had a cigarette or had a joint in their mouth. Either or. So you got a lot of times we follow in a multitude. Yeah, that Exodus. Yeah, Exodus real quick. And then we're going to go back to 1 Corinthians. Because one thing we got to understand is we are not supposed to be following man. We should be following God.
That's right.
And God doesn't want us smoking. Because you know what happens when you smoke? What's some of the things that can happen when you smoke? You get cancer. You agree? Exodus 23 and 2. Read it.
The book of Exodus, chapter 23 and verse 2.
Bring it out.
Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil.
You shall not follow a multitude to do evil. Because a lot of us, we deal with peer pressure. So that's the reason why we do certain things.
Right.
Because a multitude did it, and we follow right behind them. Now, pull up 1 Corinthians. Read it.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians.
Because one thing I can tell you right now, the blacks and Hispanics, we're a bunch of followers.
Right.
We trendsetters, but we followers at the same time.
Bring it
Because
on.
whatever we see on TV, whatever we hear, we just go with it. Right now, we got the white man in our mind.
Right.
That's who's inside of our brains to this day.
Teach 'em,
But
huh?
we don't even realize it. Because we've been so destroyed that we don't understand that we're God's chosen people. That we're the
That's right.
Israelites. Because what tribe you come from, Cedric? Yeah. No, we brought it out to you. What tribe was it? Which tribe do you descend from? Judah. What tribe do you descend from on this side, sir? Mr. Charles. Judah.
Yes.
So we got two brothers from the tribe of Judah. Now, let's see what God commands our brothers from the tribe of Judah not to do. Read.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 3 and verse 16.
Bring it out.
Know ye not that ye are the temple of God?
Don't you all know that y'all the temple of God? That you guys were created in the image of God?
Right.
Read.
And that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you? If any man defile the temple of God.
Meaning, if you smoke cigarettes, you fornicate, you drink too much, you destroying the temple of God. Now, I got a question for you. If somebody came inside of your house and destroyed your house and you just let them borrow it for a few hours, would you be mad? You'll be hot. Hey, Mr. Charles, if you let somebody borrow your bike just to go to the corner store, but when they bring it back, the tire gone, it's bent, would you be hot? Of course. So now, if we're the temple of God and we belong to God, let's find out how God feels about us smoking, getting too intoxicated, getting high. Read.
If any man defile the temple of God, him shall God destroy.
God will destroy you. And guess what? One of those ways is cigarettes. One of those ways is you walking across the street and a car hitting you.
Right.
One of those ways is you going to sleep and not waking up.
Right.
And that's God being nice if he take you out that way. Because at least you didn't have to feel the pain.
Right.
But God said he can destroy you at any time. Read.
Him shall God destroy. For the temple of God is holy, which temple ye are.
You are the temple of God. So it's commanded that for you to be holy.
Right.
That is a commandment. Because do you both want to make it into the kingdom of heaven? Get that for me. Give me Matthew 19. Because if you want to make it into the kingdom of heaven, there's requirements. If you work a job, do jobs have requirements? Jobs have requirements. So God is God is the creator of all things. God has requirements too. So your job is just copying the appointment that God gave us. So if you have requirements at your job, would you follow the requirements? If you want a job, your job paying you, I'll say $50,000 a year. Would you follow the requirements of your job to keep it? Yes, you would. So right now, God is telling you he's going to give you the kingdom of heaven. Are you going to follow the requirements God gave you to get into the kingdom of heaven? Okay, read.
Matthew chapter 19 and verse 16.
Bring it up.
And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life? And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good?
So the question is, how do we get eternal life? How do we get into the kingdom of heaven? Read.
There is none good but one, that is God. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments.
If you want to enter into life, keep the commandments. So one of the commandments is you shouldn't be smoking. Are you going to keep that commandment, Mr. Charles? All praises, all praises. That's a sign of repentance. Just that by itself. What is that, Luke 15? Where it says the angels in heaven rejoice? That's Luke 15, the 15 and 9, I think it is. Try that. Because guess what? You doing that is a sign of repentance. Him doing that means that he cares more about his life than a cigarette.
Right.
That means he cares more about God than a cigarette.
Right.
Because, you know, all of us up here, like I said, some of us up here do the same exact stuff. But we have to repent. We have to start somewhere. You taking the first step. Read.
Luke chapter 15 and verse 10. Likewise I say unto you, there is joy in the presence of the angels of God over one sinner that repented.
Meaning the angels are cheering right now.
Right.
The angels are so proud of you for doing that one thing. That one thing. Because the angels know one thing that we're going through. That we're being oppressed. That we've been brainwashed. That we've been lied to. But you know what? The angels said, over one that repented, they have joy. They are proud of you. Now I got another question for you guys. It's a quick question. Why did this happen to us? Why did we go through this? Slavery. Why did slavery happen to us? Do you know, Charles? No clue? Do you know? Why slavery happened to us? This one, the transatlantic slave trade that took place in 1619. Yeah, why did it happen? Do you know? You don't have a clue. So, you not knowing, we're going to show you why it happened to us. Get that for me? Read.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Now, before I break it down, what does that mean? What we just read. You on, Mr. Charles? You have a clue? Were you paying attention? Take it, read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
If you don't listen to the Lord your God, read,
to observe, to do all his commandments.
meaning do is an action word. Meaning you have to do God's commandments. Not say it's in my heart. Because that's what the church folks say. They say God is in my heart. No, God says you got to do. Read.
To do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses,
All these what?
all these curses,
All these what?
all these curses.
Now, is a curse a good thing or a bad thing? Huh? It's the worst thing. So God said, if we didn't do his commandments, all these bad things, all these horrible things will come upon us.
Right.
Now, the question is this a horrible thing? Was slavery horrible? Us forced to pick cotton, our Hispanic brothers forced to pick tobacco, sugar cane, our brothers in Haiti, in the islands, they were forced to pick cotton, and no, not cotton, they were forced to pick tobacco, sugar cane also. Was that a good thing or a bad thing?
No, Lisa.
That was a horrible thing, but that was a curse from God because we did not keep his commandments. So, we're going to go over one curse. I want to ask you a question. How did we get to this side of the earth, the so-called blacks? No, I want to ask you, because they talk about it every February, Black History Month. They show it in the movies. How they say that we got to this side of the earth? On what? What did they bring us over on? Yeah, on the ships, right? You naming the names of the ships. So they brought us over here in slavery on slave ships. Now, if God is knowing all, that all-knowing God, will he write that down to happen to his chosen people? Will he document that for us to read about? If God knows the beginning and the end. So have you ever read it in the Bible where it says that we will go into slavery on ships? Have you? We won't read it for you because God is knowing all. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68.
Bring it on.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So God said he will bring us into Egypt. Egypt is another word for bondage.
Right.
Another word for bondage is slavery.
Right.
Because when we were in Egypt, I'm going to ask both of y'all brothers, what were the Israelites doing in Egypt, the Hebrews? Were they in high positions or were they in servitude? They were in servitude. It says that they did hard rigor. The same thing that we're in servitude right here in America is the same thing that we're reading about in the Bible that's going to happen to us again.
Right.
Again.
Deuteronomy chapter 28
And this time when you see Egypt, replace it with the word slavery.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68.
Bring it on.
And the Lord shall bring thee into slavery again with ships by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again.
Meaning the way God said it's going to happen, it's going to happen. In our homeland, we will not see it again.
Right.
Because a lot of us think we African. If we African, have we been back to Africa?
Bring it out.
If we Egyptian, have we been back to Egypt?
Teach them up.
We have not been back.
Right.
We have not at all. Read.
And there ye shall be sold unto...
Wait. It said, there, once those slave ships stop, hold this sign up. It said, no matter where those ships stop, it said there in America, in the islands, in South America, in China, wherever those slave ships stop, it said, and there, read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
It said we will be sold unto our enemies. Now the question is, who sold us? The question is, it's self-explanatory. Who sold you? That's what I'm asking you. Who sold you? Who sold us in slavery? The white man. So God is telling you that's your enemy.
Right.
The East Indian man is your enemy.
Right.
The Arab man is your enemy.
Right.
The Chinese man, Japanese man, they are your enemy.
Bring it up.
Right.
Those are your enemies.
That's right.
But you know why you don't know they're your enemies? Get Psalms 83. This is why you don't know that they're your enemies. Because if they did this to us, do you think God's going to forgive them for doing that to us? Heck no. Heck no, there's no way. Because the only people that get repentance is Israel.
Right.
Those 12 tribes, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Huh?
You got killed.
Yeah, we got killed.
Killed black slaves.
Yeah, they killed us by the number.
Killed black slaves.
Yeah, they killed black slaves. And they killed, more than black slaves, they killed God's chosen people.
Right.
That beyond that, they killed God's chosen people, the Israelites, which you both brothers are.
Right.
Read.
Psalm chapter 83 and verse 1.
Read out.
Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace. And
So now, King David has said, God, don't keep silence. Don't hold your peace against those that did this to us. Read.
and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hated thee.
Wait. It says our enemies make a tumult, meaning that's a large gathering to come against us. Because do they have on the World Council a seat for the African American man?
Bring it out.
No! We don't got no say so.
Right.
They tell you to vote, but guess what? Your vote don't mean nothing. You think they're gonna let some people that they think are niggas and spicks pick who the next president's gonna be? They tell you go out and vote in number. But guess what? When Hillary Clinton went and voted, we came out in numbers in droves.
Right.
But that didn't mean nothing. It came down to the electoral vote.
Right.
And guess who they chose? They chose Trump. So your vote don't mean nothing. So if your vote don't mean nothing, should you even be voting?
Right.
Nah. Read it again.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel. Guess where the crafty counsel comes from? Your enemy.
Right.
The so-called white man in America. The so-called Arab man. The
Right.
so-called East Indian man.
Right.
All these nations that aren't on his side are against thee.
Right.
And you know what that crafty counsel comes with? A church on every corner.
Right. Teach them.
More than you. Hey, how many churches are in this community? Can one of y'all brothers tell me? Wake up, Charles. Wake up. Hey, wake up, Cedric. How many churches in this community? Well, he said 1,000. Hey, that's how many. Hey, Mr. Charles. That means there's so many churches in the community you can't even count them.
Right.
Read.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
The crafty counsel against our people is the school system.
Right.
The political system.
Right.
All this is crafty counsel. You know what else is crafty counsel? Well, hey, where Rolf's at? Get that in that you put. They put the blacks against the light skin. Get that for me real quick. And Willie Lynch. Yeah, get that. Because that was crafty counsel. And we still follow about that today. Because the sister with the nice, what they call the nice flowy hair, the other sisters in the hood, they don't like her. The dark-skinned man in the community, the light-skinned sisters sometimes treat them rough. Hey, they treat us different. And the Hispanics, when they come in our community, we treat them like they're not our brothers and sisters. That was all crafty counsel.
Right.
Read that again.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation.
Now, I want to touch some key points. It says thy hidden ones. How do you think we hidden to this day? How are we lost and hidden? You got any idea? I see you thinking, Mr. Charles. I can see the smoke coming out your ears. Hey, all right, I'm gonna tell you. How they did it was telling you you're African American and not from the tribe of Judah. By telling you you're not an Israelite, but you're American. That's crafty counsel. That's hidden. Because if you go about your whole life saying that you're African American, that means the truth of who you are is hidden from you. Right? You agree, Charles? I mean, you agree, Seth? Correct. Read.
They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation.
So they cut us off from being a nation. So they cut us off from being a nation. You understand? What, you thirsty, Seth?
No, I'm on my water.
I'm about to say, we got water right here. You want some water?
My mom want water.
Okay. Yeah, go get your mama water, man. Because she been sitting there listening all this time. So listen. So now my question is, Charles, did they not cut us off from being a nation? They did. So they cut us off from being a nation. And you know what happened when they cut us off from being a nation? They took away our heritage.
Right.
And you know what's part of our heritage? Give me Leviticus 21:5. Let's go into parts of our heritage. Because you a man. I'm a man. What do men grow on their face that grows back every time we shave it off? The hair, the beard. What grows on our head that if we shave it off every single time, what does it do? It grows right back. What is it? Hair, right? Now, hey, do you mind taking off your hat real quick, Mr. Charles? Let me see what you got on underneath there. All right, okay, no. Hey, you can take it off. You're a righteous brother. Read that.
Leviticus chapter 21 and verse 5.
Bring it out.
They shall not make baldness upon their head.
You should not bald your head.
Right.
Meaning you shouldn't be getting the Steve Harvey, the Michael Jordan,
Right.
none of that.
Right.
God says part of your heritage, part of coming back to him is not getting a bald head. Read.
Neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard.
Meaning you should not shave off your beard because your beard is a sign of manly dignity. Right? You got that? Oh, get that in the Bible dictionary. You didn't get the other one, Oh, okay, dang. Should tap me. You know, the spirit was rolling. Hey, so read it again.
Leviticus chapter 21 and verse 5.
Bring it out.
They shall not make baldness upon their head. Neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard.
Because guess what? When you shave off the corners of your beard, you're saying that God made a mistake.
Right.
That God didn't create you properly. When you shave off your head, your hair on your head, you're saying God made a mistake.
Teach them, huh?
God didn't want me to have hair. He
Right.
meant for me to be bald.
Right.
But the Israelite man, God says, when you got hair on your face and hair on your head, it's a sign of male dignity.
Yes.
It's a sign of royalty.
Right.
Read that.
This is the Compact Bible Dictionary. Beard, a badge of manly dignity.
It's a badge of manly dignity.
Right.
Read on.
As a sign of mourning, it was the custom to pluck it out or cut it off. The Israelites were forbidden to shave off the corners of their beard.
Forbidden, meaning it was not allowed.
Right.
Meaning God is not pleased when we cut off our beards.
Right.
It does not please God. You got your beard, but do you shave your head? Sometimes. So God's not pleased with that. You can't shave your beard or your head. Do you shave your beard sometimes, Mr. Charles? God's not pleased with that. So as a sign of repentance, like you threw away the cigarette, what's another sign of repentance? Let your beard grow. That's right. So after you heard all this, what should you do? Let it grow. So that's another sign of repentance. Hey, should you shave off your hair anymore? No. So that's a sign of repentance. Because all of us want to get into the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
So in order to do that, we have to keep God's commandments.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.